It's the Sargger GGR News Update.
I wanna know what happened.
I will tell you, baby. For our first news update, did Carl Benjamin, aka Sargon of Akkad, win the elections and become the Queen of England and a new European MEP? No, of course he didn't.
And now is a ripe time for political comedy.
Everyone else at UKIP lost. Not a single candidate. Not a single candidate won anything. They all lost. Even the leader of UKIP lost.
If you fail to hold your seat in the European elections personally, your own seat, will you resign as UKIP's leader?
I don't think it would be tenable for me to continue as leader if I can't retain my own seat, and I think a leader of a political party has to be elected to political office, certainly a major political party like UKIP. But if I don't hold my seat, then I don't think my position would be tenable.
A direct question and a direct answer. Thanks for coming on.
I do try, Chris.
The polls were correct, and UKIP only got 3% of the vote, except for Soigon, who underperformed the polls and only got 2% of the vote. And in Sargon's hometown of Swindon, UKIP only got 2,000 votes. I bet he doesn't even care. Remember when Brianna Wood ran for office? She got like 20% of the vote. She actually defeated someone, unlike Sargon. Also, someone took over the UKIP hashtag with anti-Sargon videos, as well as the abortion hashtag that didn't help at all. The only remaining UKIP MEP before she lost liked this tweet on Twitter.
Hi, it is me, the Colgan of Acclaim, big brain, intellectual. Do you even read Locke? Brace Kickistan. The reason I go to UKIP is because I have no money.
Even Sargon's own staffer, the one that he sent to threaten Ralph with a lawsuit over a rape joke, voted for the Brexit party.
I'm not sad Nigel Farage is going to do well.
Right.
Even if he's in a different party to me.
I just saw a lot of radical leftists taking the piss out of that because, that was, they were like, oh, he betrayed you.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there are a lot of people who feel that way, and justly so, as he did.
Yeah, I'll address the fact that Sargon lost. I mean, to me, it's not a shock.
Betrayal! What? Betrayal! Betrayed me!
Now Sargon is in full-blown damage control mode. How low IQ do you think his damage control is gonna be? Let him know in his comment sections down below his video and Facebook post. Let's watch his damage control video together because I made a super cut. Yes!
That went exactly as expected. I was really well aware of what was going to happen, because this really was Nigel Farage's time. There was no beating Nigel Farage at this point, and there was no point even trying, but this was not our time. This was Nigel Farage's time. He had the connections, and the money, and the name. If anyone thinks that it's anything else other than Nigel Farage and the Brexit Party that has caused the demise of lots of other parties in this country in the European elections, then they'd be wrong.
I think that if the Brexit Party hadn't existed, and if there'd been no other vehicle to support, I think that UKIP would have got somewhere between 8 and 10%, but I think that's about the absolute ceiling on it.
Here's Nigel Farage denouncing me. I am pig sick of talking about Brexit. I'm just tired of Brexit. There are other issues. You have to remember, these were just dropped in our lap. I mean, no one ever thought that we were going to have MEP elections. And we had no time to prepare, but now we do. And that's why, honestly, now is the time to join. Because a leadership election is coming up, and if you join, you can vote for the next leader.
Oi, Bay! Why would Sargon want you to join UKIP to vote for the next leader of UKIP? It smells like a coincidence!
I'm quite sure many of you will now be aware that I've resigned as the Deputy Leader of UK Independence Party. But over the months, I've become quite worried and concerned of the direction and the associations of Gerard Batten and his leadership.
Associations like Sargon.
I will be putting myself forward for a leadership candidate. I want to be proud to wear the UKIP rosette, as I once was.
He's not even proud of UKIP anymore, Sargger.
And I hope you will support me in this and support my leadership candidacy.
That's right. The only person running to become the next leader of UKIP is running with the campaign promise of kicking out Sargger from UKIP. They're gonna kick you out, Sargger.
If you want the truth, I'll tell you the truth. Mr. Wolf then stood up in front of the meeting, in front of witnesses, and said, let's me and you take this outside, mano il mano. And that was his words, mano il mano. He made for a small anteroom, taking his jacket off. I entered that room. It was embarrassing. It lasted seconds.
This campaign really was quite a phenomenal thing, in my opinion. Now, it didn't translate at the polls, obviously, because there's too much else going on. We now know exactly how to run these kinds of campaigns. I'm going to do these bigger and better every month. We are going to fill out the town squares regarding these debates. I think the first one we'll do will probably be Jess Phillips in the LGBTQ lobby versus conservative Muslims. That'll be an interesting debate for us to have, won't it? We can't go away. Nigel Farage might want us to go away. The political establishment might want us to go away, but that's all the more reason why we've got to stay. If you look at UKIP's polling demographics, it might be low on average, but among certain core groups, it's really good. According to this Survation poll from a couple of months ago,
Sargger wasn't even running a couple of months ago.
UKIP were the second most popular party in the country with 18 to 24-year-olds.
According to a poll from a couple of days before the vote, UKIP was the least popular party among 18 to 24-year-olds. Sargger is dead last, again!
Now, I would suggest that means that the YouTubers have done their job. It's going to be a 20-year plan to defeat the communists, but we can't quit now. We've cut our teeth on an election that was really rather irrelevant, and frankly, I never wanted in the first place. If I stood for another position, what are they going to throw at me? How could they get any worse? They've gone as hard as they can on, frankly, an irrelevant election. In the meantime, UKIP are going to be the only party who are going to tackle political correctness, mass immigration, Islamic extremism, and the radical left. So I'll leave a link in the description if you'd like to join us. We're not going anywhere.
In the last couple of weeks of the campaign, I'd meet people in the streets or at the airport or wherever I'd be. They'd say, yeah, Nige, I'm going to vote for you this time. I'm voting UKIP. I thought, people are busy living their lives. They don't all follow politics. And a lot of people just didn't realise that I wasn't part of UKIP anymore. I think that history will treat UKIP kindly as being a party that came from nowhere and forced a referendum and changed the agenda in British politics. But I'm really not sure that it now serves any purpose at all.